Welcome to my channel, Zen Yin Yoga. I'm Michelle. Today's practice will be a supine practice, meaning that we'll be laying down the whole time and we will be focusing on the hips, internal and external rotation. So if your hips are really tight, this will be really good for those hips. We'll also get into a little bit of the quads and hamstrings, so you may be feeling that as well in some of these poses. No props necessary, and just bringing in the theme of gratitude since we're in November, and November is always, just a great time to really focus on things that you're grateful for. And in our yoga practice, it's always always good to bring in the gratitude for your body. So, where your body's at, what your body does for you every day, and just really honoring that and loving your body up through your practice today. And then, of course, off of your mat as well, always taking your practice or anything that comes up for you off of your mat and into your life. All right, my dears, let's get started then. Lying down. And let's just start with bringing the knees into the chest. Maybe rocking side to side. Just giving a little release of the low back. And this is also a practice that you can do in bed. Maybe in the evening, or if you're just not feeling very well. And sometimes it's just nice to kind of stay in bed, allow the body to rest, giving it gratitude for its healing process. All right, and then let's just lower the feet down and we'll come into Shavasana. So widening the feet as wide as feels comfortable for you, just really giving space in the hip girdle here. And then just let the arms kind of be out to the sides of the body with the palms facing up. Let's take a cleansing breath, breathing through the nose. Send the breath all the way to your low belly. Take an open mouth exhale. Let's take that one more time. Full inhale in. And full exhale out. And just taking a few moments here to scan your body. Noticing how it's feeling. And now just bringing the thought and the feeling and the emotion of gratitude for your body. Thinking all that it does for you every day. All the way that it cooperates with your agenda. Maybe the body sometimes has resistance. And that's just your body's way of letting you know that maybe something's going on, maybe you need to slow down, maybe there's something you need to tend to. So often, sometimes we get frustrated when the body is resistant. But we should really be in this place of gratitude for our body is just speaking to us and letting us know that it needs something from us. Now, being in gratitude right now for you taking this time to practice yoga and allowing this time to just be for you and your body, your mind, spirit. I honor you for taking this time for yourself. And let's take another cleansing breath, filling up with gratitude. And taking that exhale to cleanse anything that just doesn't serve you. Beautiful. Then slowly begin to bring some movement into the toes, the fingers, the wrists, the ankles. And then let's bring the arms up overhead. Taking this nice stretch, bring the feet in towards one another. Nice lengthening stretch. And then as you exhale, bring the arms into your body. Bring your feet back to your mat. Good. And from here, let's bring that right knee in towards the chest. And then just hugging it in here. You can bring both hands to that knee. Keep your left foot planted on your mat or the bed or the floor, wherever you're at here. And take a big breath to the belly. And as you exhale, I really want you to focus on releasing the hip girdle. And just notice how maybe that hip girdle just kind of naturally hugs in and kind of grips. And we want to create space there. And bringing that focus in through the rest of your practice. Okay, let's take one more breath here. Before we go on to the next pose, I want to mention if you find yourself in any of these poses where you're really kind of trying to, reach for your leg and there's tension created in the neck or the shoulders, if you bring a blanket or, a pillow or something to prop underneath your head, just to kind of elevate a little bit, that will relieve some of that. And then you can also always use a scarf or a strap or something to support bringing the legs in, just so you're not creating this tension in the upper body. Okay, all right, from here, let's come into half happy baby. So now we're going to bring that right foot up towards the ceiling or the sky. And then you can either just bring both hands back behind the back of the thigh, or you can bring your right hand to that outer edge of that right foot. So the focus here is we want to bring that right knee as close to the floor as we can on the outside of that right body. And then just giving a gentle flex through that right foot. Okay. See if you can focus on letting the shoulders sink back and down. And releasing any tension in the jaw, the facial muscles, and the neck. Nice, slow, deep breaths, breathing in and out through the nose. And let's take 3 more breaths here. Last breath. Open mouth, exhale. And then slowly releasing that right leg. We'll bring that right ankle over the left thigh. And then send that right knee away from you. So just energetically sending it away. And we'll come into reclined swan, or also known as reclined pigeon here. You can thread that right arm through that opening and then either bring the hands to the back of that left thigh or to the knee or calf. Or if this is really intense for you, you can always just keep that left foot down and just press that right knee away from you. Let the left leg and foot be relaxed. And then just give a gentle flex in that right foot to support the knee and the ankle. Taking a nice deep breath all the way to the low belly. As you exhale, let the belly soften, the low back release, the mid back, the upper back and shoulders. And we'll take a few more breaths here. Noticing any area of the body that may still be wanting to hold or grip. And just doing your best to use your breath to breathe into that area and give it permission to release. Let's take one more breath here. Open mouth, exhale. Releasing the hands, lowering that left foot back down. Keep that right leg just where it is. And now we're going to drop the legs over to the left. So bringing that right foot to the floor if you can. And then maybe you use your left hand to grab onto that left ankle, right ankle, and then just gently bring that right foot in a little closer towards you as you send that right knee away from you. So now we're getting into the low back, that right hip and glute, as well as the IT band here. And then let's open up that right arm out to the side, palm facing up. Nice, long, full breath to the belly, to the low back. Exhale, belly softens, low back releases, hip girdle releases, glutes release. Noticing if you're holding any tension here in the shoulders or the neck. Taking a breath into the chest, the lungs, the heart space. And as you exhale, releasing any hold or grip going on here. And let's take one more full breath here. Open mouth exhale to cleanse the body. And then bring that right hand to the right knee and just support bringing that right knee back in towards your chest. Roll onto your back. Bring that left knee in as well, and then taking a few rocks side to side here. Good. And then let's extend the legs, send the feet up towards the ceiling or the sky. And take a little point and flex through the feet. Rotate through the ankles. Making any movements here that feel good. Gratitude for our feet. They do so much for us every day. Good. Let's bring the knees back into the chest. Lower your feet back to your mat. And we'll make our way to the other side. So we'll come into half happy baby on that left side. So bringing that left knee into you first. Sorry, we'll just hold here for a little bit. Let the hip girdle release. Breathing all the way to the low belly, the hips, the low back. Exhale, feel for that release. One more breath here. And now we'll come into our half happy baby on the left side. So bring that left foot up and either holding on to the outer edge of that left foot or maybe to the back of the thigh. You can use both hands or one hand. And focusing on allowing that left knee to come towards the floor. Shoulders relaxed. Noticing your facial muscles, if they're tight or the jaw is gripping, letting that go. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Last breath. And releasing that left foot. Bring that left ankle to that right thigh. Just really quick, my tummy is doing a lot of growling, so I'm hoping my mic is not picking that up. And just being in gratitude that my body's communicating, letting me know it's either digesting or that it's beginning to get into a hunger state. Right? Gratitude. Thank you, belly. All right, let's make our way into our reclined pigeon or swan, threading the arms through. Letting that right leg and foot relax, and a little flex into that left foot. Nice, slow, deep breaths into the low belly. On the exhale, soften and release. Taking a few more breaths here. Last breath. Open mouth exhale. Good. Release in the hands, lowering that right foot down. We'll come into our IT band twist here. So just dropping the legs over to the right and using that right hand to maybe grab onto that left ankle if that's accessible to you. And then open up that left arm out to the side, palm facing up. Send that left knee away from you. And nice, slow, deep breaths to the belly, low back, and hips. Releasing the glutes, releasing the low back, and the hip girdle. And we'll take 3 more slow, deep breaths here. Last breath, cleansing, inhale and exhale. And then bringing that left arm to the left leg, slowly bring that left knee in towards your chest as you roll onto your back. And then bring the right knee in, taking a few rocks side to side. Good. And let's once again extend the legs, feet up towards the ceiling. Point and flex through the feet. Rotate through the ankles. And then bend the knees back into the chest. Lower your feet back to your mat. And from here, we'll come into a windshield wiper. So widen your feet a little further than hip width distance. You can bring your arms out to a T with the palms facing up. And then take an inhale. And as you exhale, just drop the knees, the legs over towards the right. Good. Inhale, come back to center, nice and easy. And then as you exhale, let the legs just flow over to the left. Inhale, back to center. And we'll take this a few times each side, so come back into the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And now we'll come back over to the right. And now we're going to stay here a little longer. So really focusing on letting those glutes release, the legs, the low back. Taking nice, slow, deep breaths. Let the belly soften. And just letting gravity support you here. So not forcing the knees or the legs to the floor. We never want to force or push in our yin practice. We just allow the body to be supported by gravity and let the body release on its own. Now, if you'd like to come into this a little deeper for that left leg, you will bring your right foot on top of your left thigh, and then let that right knee be at ease once again. If this is too intense, just come back to the way you were. Just feel this a little more into the low back and that IT band. And let's take one more breath here. If that right foot was on top, just bring it back to where it was. And then very slowly bring the legs back to center. You can start with that left knee first and then the right. Good. Maybe recenter yourself. And then we'll drop the legs over to the left, holding here for a few breaths. And just scanning your body while you're here, noticing any areas where the body's wanting to grip or hold. And that may even be in the quads or the kneecaps. And working your way through that grip and hold with your breath to find that release. And now maybe you bring that left foot on top of the right thigh as you let that left knee relax again. Let's take one more breath here. And then lower that left foot back down. Slowly bring the legs back to center. Good. Walk the feet in towards one another. Let's bring the knees back into the chest. Taking a few rocks here, side to side. And then let's come into a supine twist. So opening up the arms once again to your T. And then we'll drop the legs over to the right side. And then looking over to the left if that feels okay in your neck. Breathing into the belly. On your exhale, finding where the body can surrender. Let's take one more breath here. And bring your head back to center. Slowly bring the knees back into center. And then just float on over to the left side, looking over to the right. And last breath here. And bringing the head back to center. Slowly bringing the legs back in. And taking a few rocks side to side here. Good. And then lowering your feet back to your mat. You can bring the arms in closer towards you. And we'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together. And just letting the knees fall out to the side. And then just bring your hands to your hip bones here. Let the shoulders be relaxed. Taking a full inhale to the belly, low belly. And as you exhale, let the belly soften, the low back release, the hip girdle open up, releasing the glutes, Taking a nice, slow, deep breath. Letting the inner thigh muscles relax, the groin. And then keeping your eyes closed, just bring the palms of your hands together. We're just going to rub our hands together really fast, creating some heat and energy in the hands. Good. And then placing the hands back on the hip bones or on the area of the hips where just intuitively you feel guided to place your hands. And just energetically connecting with this energy that you're sending into the hip region. Letting this be healing energy. Allow the hips to receive this energy. And taking a scan of your body, noticing if you've tensed up anywhere, especially up in the upper body. And once again, letting the upper body soften and release. Taking 3 more breaths here. Make each one a cleansing breath, breathing all the way into the hips. And from here, we'll make our way into Shavasana. So just slowly extend the right leg out. And then the left leg, taking up lots of space. Continue to allow that opening for the hip girdle. And now bringing your arms into a comfortable position for your Shavasana. Maybe it's to the belly. You bring your hands to the belly. Out to the side of your body. Taking a full breath to the hips, the glutes, low belly. Open mouth, exhale. Let the shoulders melt back. Let the head and neck be at ease. Your facial muscles. Your hands, your feet. And then just feeling into your hip region. Noticing any energy, and then allowing that energy to flood through the rest of your body. Sending that healing energy that you placed into your hips, letting that healing energy flood through the rest of your body. My time with you here. I invite you to stay here as long as needed for yourself, for your hips, for your body. And closing with gratitude. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Thank you so much for practicing for yourself. And may you take this focus of gratitude into the rest of your day. From my heart to yours, Namaste.